In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Well, on the Sunday of festival weekend, I have a lot of parapona, as they say, many complaints, and so many things, it seems, that are working against me. People from out of town, saw it was my birthday. They said, "Oh, Father, how'd you spend your birthday?" I said, "By overseeing a festival and doing a wedding. I'm achy, I'm sore, I'm burned out, and I'm self-pitying. I realize this." I was thinking of, I was looking in the mirror this morning and, thinking, how am I going to shave this face and everything? And when I was 27, having a little stubble on your face was kind of cool. But at 67, you look like an escaped convict. And if that's not bad enough, in trying to prepare for today's homily, I see that the themes for today are that it's the Sunday before the Holy Cross, and it's also the Nativity of the Theotokos, the exact two themes that I feel most inadequate communicating to you. So, if you don't mind a little self-pity, woe is me. And if you are expecting a good sermon today, woe is you. But I'll tell you one thing. I used to feel ashamed about my inability to communicate something of substance about the Mother of God. But I no longer do so, because I found out not too long ago that even the saints themselves felt an insecurity about communicating the things of the cross and the Mother of God. For example, Saint Silouan once wrote, "My soul trembles and is afraid when I consider the glory of the Mother of God. My soul fears to touch upon this matter." St. John of Damascus said regarding one of the feasts of the Theotokos, "This present feast exceeds speech, and silence is preferable." How can you speak about a life which the world cannot grasp, the world cannot comprehend? If you do say something about it, he said, keep it brief. And I thank him for that. So, what I just thought I'd do today for this Feast of the Nativity of the Mother of God is simply describe for you the Panagia's outward appearance as told to us by two saints from the 4th century, Epiphanios and Nikephoros. And perhaps you, like me, I hope something of this description of her resonates with you. I know it did for me. First, they said, she spoke very little, only what was necessary and good. Her words were sweet to the ear. She treated everyone with due respect. She was of medium size. The color of her complexion was the color of a grain of wheat. Her hair was long, lovely, and somewhat dark. Her glance was quick and penetrating. Her eyes were reminiscent of the color of olives. Her eyebrows were slightly curved and dark. Her nose was medium. Her lips were the color of roses and sweet-worded. Her face was not quite round, and her fingers were long. There was no pride in her whatsoever, but simplicity in everything, without the least pretense. She was a stranger to all indulgence, and at the same time showed an example of sublime humility. Her clothes were simple, without any artificial adornment. In a word, in everything she showed forth divine grace. So, as a sort of conclusion, on this, the feast day of the Nativity, the birthday of the Mother of God, September 8th, I would ask that you take time to think of her. Think of her form. Think of her tenderness. We all need a tender mother. We all have crosses and difficulties and challenges in this life, this vale of tears, my friends. And it is nice to know that we have someone who softly prays for us before the throne of God Himself. While it may be hard to philosophize about her, it is not hard to approach her. Stand before her icon. See if you can get a little candile like this for your wall and put an icon there. And in the night even, do your cross. My guess is you will be transformed. The Lord wants us to love His mother. Dare to be in love. May God bless us all through the great gift of her intercession. Amen.